The excitement building inside MetLife Stadium as a three-time defending champion looks to knock off the Tri-State's #1 team for the state championship on the line. News 12 Varsity presents the 2016 NJSIAA High School Football Finals. Today from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, it's the non-public Group 3 championship game as the 19th ranked Spartans of DePaul Catholic take on the #1 ranked Green Knights of St. Joseph. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno, alongside on the call Jimmy Cavallo. We welcome you to MetLife Stadium, the non-public Group 3 title game, St. Joe's and DePaul. Defending Group 3 champions, non-public Group 3 champions, DePaul. In fact, they've won 3 straight titles. 2 in non-public Group 3. Last year, the non-public Group 3 champs. And, of course, St. Joe's last year in the championship game for non-public Group 4.
And they're back, St. Joe's. Lou, did you notice that #1 next to St. Joseph on that graphic? They are our #1 team in the News 12 Varsity Tri-State Top 25. And today they'll try and clinch that #1 spot. But you're correct. It's not going to be easy. DePaul has been battle-tested in the postseason. They've won 3 straight championships. But remember, St. Joe's was not in Group 3 a year ago. They were in Group 4, falling to Don Bosco right here at MetLife. So you have a defending champ against a defending runner-up. It's going to be fun.
DePaul coached by John McKenna in his 12th season, but his 18th with the Spartans program.
You know, McKenna's done a great job. He's never going to have the depth at the point of attack, but he does such a wonderful job in trading punches. All these games against the Bergens and the Boscos and the Paramus Catholics and the St. Peters are very close. The question for McKenna's group today, can they go 48 minutes? You know, they only trailed St. Joe's 17-14. They trailed by 3 on November 4th. St. Joe's would eventually win the game by 17, and Augie Hoffman, the old Green Knight himself. Look, this is what we know. He's in his 3rd year. Year #1, they lose at Red Bank Catholic in the semifinals. Greatest victory in Red Bank Catholic history. Year 2 last year, they lose in the finals. This year in year 3, the Ring of Honor Green Knight. He's taken on the greatest schedule in the history of St. Joe's football. He will try and cap it off today by winning his first ever state championship as the head coach of his alma mater. There is a lot on the line for old number 78 for the green and gold.
The non-public Group 3 state championship is coming up next. Opening kickoff, DePaul and St. Joe's. It's up next on News 12 Varsity.
Is it pure elegance? A relentless work ethic? True grit? The extraordinary ability to rise to the occasion? Or is it all of the above? Join News 12 Varsity host Jimmy Cavallo and our team of experts as they ceremoniously unveil the 2016 All-Metro football team on Thursday, December 15th at 7 p.m.
Welcome back to MetLife Stadium. DePaul and St. Joe's getting ready to go in the non-public Group 3 championship game. Lou Brogno, Jimmy Cavallo, and the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Amanda Puglisi, who's down on the sidelines. Amanda?
Well, Lou, you guys mentioned it before. You know, these 2 teams faced earlier in the season, and when I spoke to Coach McKenna about that matchup, he said, you know, you can learn a lot from your team, especially in a defeat like the one that we faced. And really what they learned is the resiliency of this team, and they can also compete with some of the top teams like St. Joseph Regional in the entire state of New Jersey. So they're definitely looking forward to that rematch. And then when you look at St. Joe's with Coach Hoffman, you know, he just says his team is excited to be back here at MetLife. They really don't care who they're facing. They take every game like they just one game at a time. They face a really tough schedule, and every week they go in wanting to go 1-0, and that's the exact same way they're coming into this one. It's all for these guys. It's all about preparation, and they're preparing just like they would any other week.
It's a little different for St. Joe's, too. I mean, that November 4th meeting with DePaul, how about this? Since that this November 4th meeting, they've only played 1 game, Lou. In 30 days, they've only played one game, the state semifinal against St. John Vianney, because they had a bye in the first round of the playoffs because everybody bailed out, not wanting to play the Green Knights of St. Joe's. And then you got 2 weeks off from the semis to the final. So, you know, listen, it's been a while. They've been knocking heads at St. Joe's for a couple weeks now. They're all pumped up to finally take on some competition in the form of DePaul. DePaul, that game was a 3-point game at the half. DePaul fumbled inside their 5-yard line to start the second half. That's where St. Joe's took over that game.
You know, you talk about that one game they played, Jimmy, in that span against St. John Vianney, of course, in the playoffs, and really it only was one half of football because St. Joe's controlled the game throughout, and they were up by so many points at halftime that Augie really had to play his reserves in the second half.
Well, you got to remember one thing. I mean, the groups are based on enrollment. You have no choice, but let's face it, St. Joe's is a Group 4 team. They lost only one game the entire year to New Jersey opponents. That was Don Bosco. They beat Paramus Catholic, the defending now Group 4 champs, after beating St. Peter's Prep last night right here at MetLife Stadium, Friday night. So they have taken on the best of competition in New Jersey, beaten everybody but Bosco. So for them to be in the Group 3 non-parochial playoffs is not the equation you want if you're the Group 3 field, that's for sure.
St. Joe's will kick off left to right on your screen. The Green Knights are the top seed. They're in their home green uniforms trimmed with gold, and DePaul in their road whites trimmed with green, of course. A lot of green here in this game. The Spartans and the Knights.
It's great to see Augie Hoffman. The final hug he got here before kickoff was from the old Georgia Bulldog, Gary Adler, the legend from Under Armour, suiting up the Green Knights.
Ronnie Hickman is back deep. He wears number 14 for DePaul. And the Green Knights will kick it off. Angelo Guglielmello, the super sophomore kicker.
The shoe.
He's got a big leg, and this non-public Group 3 state championship game is underway. It's a high kick that is taken at the 5-yard line. And a good kickoff return here for DePaul across the 30. And the Spartans will put it in play there as Teddy Harper brings the ball back for DePaul Catholic. There's a penalty flag down, and it looks like it's a hold against DePaul. So not the kind of start the Spartans wanted on that kickoff return.
DePaul is young.
Doing the run back. Half the distance to go from the spot of the foul. First down.
DePaul is a young group. Only 5 seniors, really, will take the field for DePaul. They will bring back predominantly this entire cast, including the super sophomore quarterback, Taquan Roberson. And Roberson really earned his stripes in their victory over Pope John in the semifinals, led them down the field in the final minutes for the go-ahead touchdown. 6 plays, 80 yards in 2 minutes, and Roberson hits the game winner to Liam Cabri.
Over 1,000 yards passing on this season, and the handoff goes off tackle. Actually, it's Roberson who keeps it himself. Ball comes loose, and DePaul falls on the ball.
Well, you see right there, Vinny DePalma. I mean, DePalma, one of the best linebackers in the state, but also gets some touches in the backfield now in his junior year, and that was good hat-on-hat football there. Physicality, that's what St. Joe's is known for. They will bring it. And the Green Knights, you see Louis Asus, and then bang, right there, coming in with the hit, Grant Van Italy. Van Italy, 3 years on the field. They love what Van Italy is. He's a Green Knight. That's a cat that should have been all county this year, Van Italy. His dad was a Green Knight. Had a great career. Garrett Van Italy.
Big hole on the left side for Chase Hebron, who carries the football. Hebron, 679 yards rushing this year. He's been a workhorse, 92 carries for the Spartans.
Yeah, DePaul, Louis, they really had to survive in advance. You know, they're down 20-16, under 5 minutes left in that semifinal. And then they had to go on defense. Pope John would get the ball in the final moments. And on a 4th and 5 for Pope John at the DePaul 39 off the middle screen, the Spartans made the tackle. And that got them to this final here to defend their non-public Group 3 championship. Great run for Pope John, ends at DePaul.
Big early play here for DePaul. A 3rd down and 9, and Roberson fires, and a good throw across the 20, and the catch is made. Good toss there by Roberson. Shelton Applewhite on the reception. Of course, Applewhite started the season as the quarterback.
Well, he was the quarterback all last year as a sophomore, but then the emergence of Roberson. Listen, give Shelton Applewhite a lot of credit because he's a team guy. This is a guy that has Division I offers to play quarterback. He's got a huge future. He wants to be the quarterback, but he knew for the Spartans of DePaul to put their best foot forward as a team, they had to get Roberson on the field. And Shelton, 6'4", 180-pound junior, dynamic athlete, great team guy.
So it's 1st and 10, and now whistles blow the play dead. It's a timeout, DePaul. Take that timeout with 9:47 remaining here in the first quarter.
Game like this, Lou, you need your impact guys to step up and be showcased and be heard. And when you think about impact guys in this game for DePaul, it's the sophomore QB, Taquan Roberson, and of course Vinny DePalma, the junior, offered by Pittsburgh earlier this week to play linebacker. What a nod for Vinny. And then on the other side, Louis Asus, one of the best linebackers in the tri-state area. Over 30 offers, has not committed yet. The 6', 200-pounder out of Spring Valley, New York. And then what a story for junior quarterback Nick Patty. Nick Patty, who has been through the battles as the quarterback. He's beaten everybody he's had to on the schedules, making his 23rd start today. And Patty has really delivered in his junior year.
So DePaul gets that big 1st down at the 23-yard line. Spartans keeping this initial drive alive. It's 1st and 10, DePaul. Spartans coming in 6-5 on the year. In the playoffs, defeated Bishop R 42-0, and then a close one against Pope John, winning 23-20. And the handoff up the middle again. A good job by the offensive line as they open up that hole. And a burst through that hole for Chase Hebron as he picks up good yardage.
And Brian Carlson and Pope John are coming. They are going to be a factor on the scene. Good job of hitting the hole here. And nice push by those guys up front. It's going to be a long battle at the point of attack between these two schools. And DePaul, these Spartans up front have gotten better week in and week out. They know what the issue at hand is when you're taking on St. Joe's. And Hebron, the junior, powerfully built at 180 pounds.
Pickup of 6 on that play. It's 2nd down and 4. Roberson, his pass is tipped and intercepted. Picked off by St. Joe's.
What a pick that time. Jack Agnew, Action Jackson, right on the spot. And he continues his outstanding year. Does Jack Agnew. And Jack Agnew making his 30th start of his career. Great little ball hawk moment there. Was batted down at the point of attack. I think it was Asus who got his hand on it. And then Agnew, 3-year starter. Agnew had a pick in the semis, too, against St. John Vianney. As he does a good job there, pulls the ball up as he gets his hands on it. Don't let the official think you compressed it against the carpet. Show him that you got it.
And it was Asus who tapped the ball at the line of scrimmage. St. Joe's runs the football.
Agnew is such a great program, St. Joe's kid. It's a term you hear a lot around St. Joe's country. You hear Rob Stern say it right there, the outstanding offensive coordinator talking to Nick Patty. Agnew's a St. Joe's kid. Works his butt off, keeps his mouth shut, takes all the criticism in stride, and has gotten better and better in the 3 years he's there. Gotta love the fact that Agnew is capping it off, Lou. A pick in the semis, and now a pick in the finals.
Leadership against the offense. The penalties declined. 2nd down.
So no gain on that 1st down run, so DePaul declines the penalty, and it brings up a 2nd and 10.
So here is Slick Nick Patty, 6'3", 190 pounds. He's got a big arm, Lou, and he's a good athlete, too.
And the handoff goes across the 35. That is Asus. Louis Asus on the carry. 134 carries this year, 783 yards.
Listen, we know Asus, his future is playing linebacker. But when you got a player like this, it's the old high school equation. You use your best player in as many ways you can on the field. So 130 carries this year. He's done a really good job running the football for St. Joe's.
Now a 3rd down and 5 for the Green Knights, and They spread it out. Twin receivers split left and right. Patty back to throw, has to release it.
Whoa.
It's intercepted at the 50-yard line. Heading the other way is Ronnie Hickman at the 10, the 5, touchdown DePaul.
Well, that's the start they're looking for in Spartan country. Patty threw the ball into coverage. There was a little mix-up on communication between quarterback and receiver, and Hickman had no problem taking that one.
So the sophomore Ronnie Hickman.
We have a sideline warning against DePaul. Touchdown is good.
Ronnie Hickman, the 10th grader. This guy was 14 years old for most of the season. He just turned 15 a couple weeks ago. He's their leading receiver on offense, and Ronnie Hickman is a name you're going to hear about time and time again in New Jersey. He's got it all. 6'1", 200 pounds, and just a sophomore.
Well, just the start that DePaul needed. A break on top. Now the Spartans will try to add the extra point. John Amadeo is in to kick it. Good snap. Kick is on the way. It is good. 8:01 remaining. First quarter. DePaul 7. St. Joe's nothing.
St. Joe's was working with a short field. You see Patty looks right, and then he just throws it. Doesn't see the defenders right there. Right into the arms of Ronnie Hickman. And Hickman, no problem getting separation again. He just never sees him, Lou. And Ronnie Hickman, he had a big catch on the game-winning drive against Pope John. He's got an even bigger catch here in the state final at MetLife. Wow.
Well, DePaul stunning St. Joe's early with that pick six. And the Spartans will kick it off. Lights have been turned on here at MetLife. It's a late afternoon start for the Green Knights and the Spartans. There's a look at Ronnie Hickman, 6'1", 200-pounder. And here's Amadeo to kick it off for the Spartans. John Amadeo, just a sophomore, he's had a terrific year kicking for DePaul. Just connected on his 28th PAT, 28 of 35 on the year.
Well, you think, Lou, we mentioned they haven't played in a while, St. Joe's, and for Nick Patty, hasn't seen live action in a couple weeks.
Kickoff return for St. Joe's up across the 30-yard line. And the Green Knights will put it in play there. Well, let's see if St. Joe's can settle down here offensively. Nick Patty comes out, the junior quarterback. He's had a good year. Completed 52% of his passes, 89 for 172, over 1,500 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, and now just 5 interceptions. Here's the give to Asus, and he is ridden down at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard or two.
Best attribute a quarterback has to have is no memory. You got to forget about the mistakes. You got to press on. We watched Andrew Brito 24 hours ago here at MetLife throw a pick and come back with a vengeance. We saw him, Andrew Brito, throw a pick six against Don Bosco in the semifinals and get even better after it. You got to just press on and play. It's part of the position. You make a mistake, so what?
And Asus again, this time carries up the middle, picks up a couple. It brings up a third down and about 4 now for St. Joseph at the 38-yard line.
You're not going to see St. Joe's go away from their bread and butter. They are going to try to establish the run. They are going to try and wear down this defense. Tommy Kallela and company, and Captain Kallela and them know they're seeing the best offensive line they've seen the entire season. Case closed. They would admit it.
And coming around the right side, DePaul with a good stop, but they may have picked up the first down. It was Evan Stewart on the
Isaiah Laura, the junior. First-year starter. Good action there. He made it very close, and now it's going to be a stretch of the chains. But watch the tackle here by number 2. This play looks like it's definitely a first down with Stewart. But Laura, good stick there. Stewart crosses over the 40-yard line. And it is going to be short. And look at St. Joe's here. Augie Hoffman putting the challenge out to his offensive line. This is the state final. Guaranteed they're not just trying to lower him off sides here, Lou. They're going with a Seuss.
Seuss gets the handoff and burrows his way across the 40. He should have enough for the first down. Had to get to the 41, and it is a first down for St. Joe's.
Well, that's putting it on the line if you're the head coach there. Annoyed with the pick 6. Telling his offensive line, we rode you here to the finals. Make it happen. And good action here. DePaul nearly stood up to it.
And bouncing outside up to about the 45-yard line. St. Joe's keeping it on the ground. Louis Seuss. Let's talk about that offensive line a little bit. Robert Martin, of course, in there, heading to Penn State. You've got Josh Fred Jackson, who's considered a top 25 recruit in New Jersey. Sean Mitchell, perhaps heading to the Patriot League.
Yeah, Mitchell, 3-year starter, every game for 3 years. And Nicky Russo, the throwback. They call him Baby Augie because he wears 78. And you know, just Ryan Botto, tough kid, waited his turn, now his senior. Very cohesive bunch.
And here's Nick Patty, who carries the football for a couple of yards. And Amanda, I know you have some thoughts on that offensive line of St. Joe's as well.
Well, actually, these thoughts are from Coach Hoffman himself. When I spoke to him earlier in the week, he couldn't stop talking about how great his offensive line is. And coming from Coach Hoffman, that's a huge compliment. He says they're the best offensive line in New Jersey. They're just a group of blue-collar hard workers, guys who really take pride in their work. And he says, listen, it's not easy to come to play every day and do the same thing over and over again like this offensive line does and be great, but somehow these guys find a way to do it.
Well, a big play here for the O-line, a 3rd down and 3, and the give up the middle, and DePaul plays it well. Jordan Scott carries the football, but the Spartans, they hold the Green Knights short of the line to make.
Now they'll punt it away because they got 2 full yards. Scotty gets the carry, and look at coming up from the top of your screen there was Tommy Colella again. And Colella and company getting off fast here in this game alongside of Shavon Hamilton.
So the Green Knights punted away and a fair catch called for at the 21-yard line by Harper. So a pretty good job by that DePaul defense on that last sequence against St. Joe's. St. Joe's tough sledding, trying to pick up yardage in the running game.
And committed to running the football there. And you know, you think that St. Joe's was probably thinking if we get inside a yard of the marker, we'll go for it again on 4th down. But, you know, DePaul kept them a good 2.5 yards shy, and they forced Stewart and the punt team to come out.
3:50 remaining here in this first quarter. DePaul with a 7-0 lead on the Hickman pick 6. Here's Roberson looking to throw, fires over the middle, it's incomplete. Intended for Applewhite, and Jaden Butka with terrific coverage there from his strong safety position.
Yeah, Butka is a first-year starter. He could play tailback for him, but makes a good play on the ball here. Looks like this is going to be a completion, but watch Butka come in here, and with the little hammer hit there. And Butka done a good job. I mean, a year ago in the state semifinals against St. Peter's Prep, he had a big interception, and they're happy with him. Physical, tough, competitive kid, earning his keep for the Green Knights secondary, and just a junior.
Harper goes in motion, and trip receivers to the right side. Ball is bobbled on that pass at the line of scrimmage. It's incomplete. So it will bring up a 3rd down play for the Spartans.
Boy, St. Joe's defense, Lou, what do they want to do? They want to give their offense a lift here and get them right back on the field. You know, the offense hasn't gotten in groove yet. They've given up 7 points, the offense, and that's what you want to be as a good team. Play team football. Defense picks up the offense picks up the defense. The defense wants to shut down Roberson and give their offensive guys another possession right now.
Trip receivers right side, Roberson. Now he runs out of there, puts his head down, and barrels across the 25, but he'll be well short of first down yardage.
Louis Jesus, want to talk about an open field tackle. The reason why Jesus has got 30 offers, including the big one from Miami. Watch this open field tackle on a tough guy. Look at Jesus, squares him up. Good night. I mean, just one of the best in the business. Number 2 is the lifeblood of this team.
And Jesus almost got there to block that punt. Oh, what a hit downfield. That's DePalma. Oh, Vinny DePalma, like he was shot out of a cannon.
Well, you love the fact that they have DePalma on the field on punt team. And Jordan Scott, he's a gutsy kid. He's going to take a chance and not call for the fair catch here. But 34's got a beat on him the whole time, and yes, sir, good night. Vinny DePalma. He's got an offer from Pitt this week. He got an offer from Boston College this week. Steve Adazio, the head coach of Boston College, and the former Paladin Anthony Campanelli on his staff. They visited DePalma and company. But just a junior, 6'1", 220 pounds, breakout year. He'll be a 4-year starter because as a freshman, they start him in at middle linebacker in the playoffs. That's a pretty good nod for a kid as a freshman. Yeah, you're not only going to start this playoff game, we're putting you at middle linebacker.
Last year, he had 176 tackles, 122 of them solo. St. Joe's not able to run the football as of yet, and look who made the tackle again, DePalma.
Well, this is why Pitt and BC and the list of schools, because you talk about sideline to sideline, the vision. He's like a heat-seeking missile on the ball carrier right there, DePalma, and doesn't give the fastest guy on this field even an ounce of daylight to hit.
2 minutes left, first quarter. And DePaul leads it 7-0 in this non-public Group 3 championship. Here's Patty back to throw. He's got protection. He goes long as a man wide open at the 20-yard line. Catch made. Touchdown, St. Joe's. Nick Cantone.
Slick Nick has done it again. He's on fire in the postseason, Lou. He had 2 touchdown catches against St. John Vianney, and now at MetLife in the final, Cantone delivers again.
He was all alone behind the DePaul secondary. A 61-yard touchdown strike from Nick Patty to Nick Cantone.
Well, they are loving it in Cantone country.
And Guglielmello is in to kick the extra point. Snap good, kick on the way, and he drills it through. 1:42 remaining first quarter. We're tied at 7.
Well, it's hard to believe on 3rd and 9 that Cantone can get this kind of separation, but he does. Got great speed, 2 years on the field, and look at the ball Patty delivers right on the mark. And Cantone then will navigate his way into the end zone with Laura in hot pursuit. But again, great route run on the deep slant. And Cantone, his father Jerry played with George Stewart, the great linebacker at St. Joe's back in the day. And now Nick, 3rd touchdown in the last 2 games. Got great hands, he's got toughness. Now, they just love everything about number 19. He'll continue his athletic career at Marist as a great outfielder, baseball kid.
So just like that, St. Joe's ties the score.
It was a great image in the semifinal. It was a home game at St. Joe's against St. John Vianney, and Cantone caught a very similar touchdown pass to that. And when he ran it to the end zone, his dad was standing right on the fence, and he literally ran it right up to his dad, man. Just awesome images. When you think about the father-son dynamic, the father played at St. Joe's, the kid is a senior now at St. Joe's, it's the state semifinals, catches a touchdown and runs it right at his dad, man. I don't know, stuff like that. I noticed that stuff, and I just love it.
Guglielmello boots it into the end zone, so DePaul will start at the 20-yard line.
Hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. And now, DePaul, the agenda for them, Lou, is to move the chains a little bit here. Don't give St. Joe's the momentum. Don't get that confidence percolating even more. You don't got to score. You just got to occupy the ball a little bit. That's a good start on first down.
Handoff goes up the middle. It's Colella who carries the football. Tom Colella gets a carry from that tailback position, and he picks up good yardage, 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Colella, we mentioned, he's the senior, he's the captain, 2-year starter. He's really come on as a running back in the last few weeks, and you know, he's one of the few seniors here. They're going to miss him, his leadership, but you know, you get to this point of the year, Lou, you got to put your big guns in positions to help you be successful, so Colella's getting more touches.
2nd down and 4. And Roberson hands it off again, and another good burst by Colella across the 30-yard line. And that's close. It is a first down for the Spartans.
That's a Colella first down there, Lou. Good-looking body on Colella, too. No stranger to the weight room. You know, 5'9", 205 pounds. And you could tell he's not missing too many workouts there with his Spartans, and had a nice year, too.
So it's 1st and 10 DePaul at the 31. Roberson back to throw, has protection now. He runs out of there, and he's brought down across the 35-yard line.
Good recognition by the sophomore quarterback. The coverage was there, and before the pocket collapsed around him, he escapes and makes positive yardage. I mean, he picks up like 5 yards on that play there. So Coach McKenna and company in a more manageable 2nd down situation, and this kid just has really settled in to the position as a sophomore. I mean, Taekwon grew up playing quarterback in Orange, New Jersey. John McKenna, he remembers the days with his son Shea McKenna playing for Clifton. They battled Clifton versus Orange. He used to say, man, who's this young quarterback? As Taekwon Roberson. Now he leads the Spartans, and they are tied with St. Joe's, our #1 team. How about the start for DePaul as Hickman took it the distance on the pick 6. Oh, DePalma, some toughness. But then the big one to number 19. We're tied. 2nd quarter is next.
Is it pure elegance? A relentless work ethic? True grit, the extraordinary ability to rise to the occasion? Or is it all of the above? Join News 12 varsity host Jimmy Cavallo and our team of experts as they ceremoniously unveil the 2016 All-Metro football team on Thursday, December 15th at 7 p.m.
Back at MetLife Stadium, DePaul and St. Joe's tied at 7 here in the non-public Group 3 state championship.
Lou, when you think about games like this, you think about it's a 4-round fight. Every quarter is 12 minutes is round number 1, the first quarter. Well, John McKenna's club, they got through the first quarter here. They're tied at 7. They made a big play on defense. They're moving the chains a little bit on offense. The idea for McKenna and DePaul, can they go 4 rounds in this fight?
St. Joe's big defensive play behind the line of scrimmage. It's a Seuss. Gets great penetration and makes the tackle.
Yeah, watch the Seuss and door on top of your screen. A Seuss, you're right, Lou. That was all Dr. Seuss there. And sweet Lou, so quick to the ball. He's like a quiet warrior. You know, when you meet Louis Seuss, and for our great preview show that we did for these championships this week, I went to St. Joe's, did a little interview with Louis. We did it in the library. Hey, there was nobody in there, so you didn't have to be quiet. Only Mrs. Carthage was in there. You know Mrs. Carthage, the great legendary skipper, Tony Carthage, his wife Linda, is the librarian. But she said, no problem, there's nobody here. But Louis is just a soft-spoken, very mellow kid. But he's one of those guys, man, when the lights are on, when he steps in between the lines, he goes through that football transformation. He's got that edge to him. He's got got the nasty streak. He's got the explosive plays in his arsenal. And that's why he's really in that ring of honor for great St. Joe's linebackers. I mean, look, they've had some great linebackers at St. Joe's. You know, George Stewart went to Rutgers, was a captain. He's on the staff now. I mean, Brian May. We've seen Joe Giles Harris in the last couple of years. Names like Donahue and Carfagno, you know, on and on. It's just, you know, he is an ultimate Green Knight. There's no doubt about that.
Players shaken up for DePaul was Chase Hebron, and he walks off the field. Little assistance, but hopefully he'll be okay to get back out there. Certainly the Spartans need him in this championship game. Here is Roberson on the run. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25-yard line by Asus.
See, this is why he's a great Green Knight. He helps me out, Lou. You're talking the guy up, and he gives you something. Louie! I mean, listen, when you think about great Green Knight linebackers, the one guy I didn't mention, that was a very Fasati-esque play right there. This is what Mark Fasati used to do as linebacker. He could tackle you, and then he could make the great athletic play. And you see Asus just reading the quarterback all the way. And again, you know, this is all being a young quarterback. Roberson, he just doesn't see Asus, and Asus is playing Roberson on that one. And then just elevates into the passing lane. And, of course, he's all pumped up, Lou. He should be pumped up.
So St. Joe's takes over at the DePaul 22. Augie Hoffman's team with great field position here, an opportunity to take the lead. We're tied at 7, and Patty hands it off on a delayed handoff up across the 20-yard line. Driving forward, Isaiah Hopkinson, the junior running backs, had a good year too. 92 carries, 391 yards.
Hop. Call him Hop, Lou. If your name is Hopkinson, that's why you go. And you're right, Lou. Another one of those program kids, works hard. He was Cooper Rigo's project. You know, the great Green Knight Cooper Rigo on the coaching staff, and Cooper done a great job at bringing this young cat along. I love the fact that they got a lot of former Green Knights on that coaching staff. That's always a nice thing for a football program.
Now Sear Berry goes in motion, and Patty keeps it himself and dives down near the 15-yard line. Good fake as he faked it to Hopkinson, who got lit up on that fake.
He's a good running quarterback. You got deceptive quickness, does Nick Patty, and that's a play that Coach Stern and Patty, they love to go to. They've been doing it all year long with a lot of efficiency. You got to think right now, you look at this one of two ways. St. Joe's could be in 4-down territory, or they could be right in the shoe zone, because when you got a kicker like Guglielmo, you're going to take your chances on taking 3 at times, but they want to get this first down right here. There is old Coach Sterno, the old ball coach.
And Patty hands it off. Hopkinson takes it inside the 10. Good run by Isaiah Hopkinson as he read his blocking beautifully, and he picks up a first down. First and goal for the Green Knights at the 6.
Again, well designed, well blocked. Look at the hat-on-hat action right at the point of attack. This is what St. Joe's wants to do. They want to get out in space there and knock you around. And Ryan Botto, the right guard, he was out there looking for somebody to hit and pave the way there. So now St. Joe's first and goal. Expect them to run the ball.
And the give is to Asus, but this time DePaul plays it well along the line of scrimmage. No chance for Asus as De Palma and Christopher Banks combined on the tackle. So no gain. It'll be second and goal from the 6. 9 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And we're tied at 7. St. Joe's coming in 8-2 on the year. Big wins this year over Bergen Catholic in double overtime, 17-14. St. Peter's and Paramus Catholic won all those games. Here's the give outside, Evan Stewart, and he cannot turn the corner as it was strung out beautifully by DePaul. Like Teddy Harper, who got over there.
Yeah, Stewart is one of those guys, plays a lot of defense, but they will give him his opportunities on offense, and he's trying to get the edge here, Lou. But good contain here, and you're right. That was number 3, Teddy Harper. And Harper with an excellent play on the football. Did not let Stewart turn it upfield. So Teddy does it all for them. Offense, runs great routes. Defense, he's had a great year at cornerback. He can run kicks, punts, whatever he does.
3rd and goal. Patty fires, has a man. Touchdown, St. Joe's. Beautifully executed play as Nick Patty rolled out to the right. And he finds Van Italy. Grant Van Italy makes the catch for the touchdown.
Oh, man, this is a Rob Stern special right here to Grant Van Italy. And Van Italy's a mainstay, a 3-year starter. And he's a very consistent football player. And Garrett with a big one there.
So Garrett Van Italy makes the catch. I incorrectly said Grant. I apologize for that. He makes the catch for the touchdown. Guglielmello, a bad snap. And they throw it back to Guglielmello. The ball is loose. A wild extra point play there. But St. Joe's has the lead. The Green Knights are up 13-7.
Well, Anthony D'Appolito, the third, he says, you know, I got to get rid of this one. But 84, listen, he's known for his right leg, not his running ability in the shoe. That was something. But watch this well-constructed play by Rob Stern, offensive coordinator Nick Patty. They fake it one way. Everybody's going left. And then the little release by Van Italy. Perfectly designed play. Again, everybody going left. The play is going right. But I tell you, Lou, they all count in the state final. It's going to bother St. Joe's. They don't get the snap down. And from here, this thing goes to Garo Upremium's highlight reel. And just didn't happen. So they'll leave one on the field, a point. But St. Joe's now in control of this game. They lead it by 6. 6 plays, 22 yards. The big play, of course, the interception by Jesus. But you can see Augie Hoffman. Okay, he knows his team has been a little off kilter here. You know what I mean, in this game. They've had a couple mistakes, but they've got it going now. Down 7, they've scored the next 13 points.
And they're up 6, 13-7. And now DePaul, we'll see if they can answer. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. Taken at the 10-yard line, and here's Harper with a big kickoff return. Teddy Harper takes it down the sideline and takes it into St. Joe's territory across the 40-yard line.
He's explosive. He's an exciting player. And this is the reason why that DePaul is really going to be deeper in the mix when you think about their future and where they're going here in the next couple of years. Harper is just a junior, and again, some good blocking, and look at the lane he has to hit along the boundary. And again, Guglielmello is the guy that gets the contact. Hey, I'm sorry, Ange. I made fun of him a little bit, but he did a good job in holding down the fort there. Did the kicker as Teddy, the first-year starter.
They mark the ball at the 41. 1st and 10 DePaul. Spartans come up in the eye, and then De Palma moves out of there, goes in motion. And here's Roberson rolling out on the run. He fires into traffic, and it's incomplete. He's lucky that that one did not get picked off. And there's also a flag down on the play.
Well, DePaul has thrown 2 picks in this game already, and you can see they're really being aggressive. They'll get flagged now for an illegal man downfield, but now the first pick from Roberson was a deflected ball. The second one, that's on him. But they're really being aggressive with the sophomore.
Another receiver downfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, 1st down.
Steve Lopes and his crew doing this game today, so John McKenna knows that these turnovers in these games will kill you. Here's the first pick by Agnew. Great play on the ball with the ball in the air by number 34. And then this is just Jesus being Jesus. Comes out of nowhere. Superman Jesus.
Roberson fires over the middle, trying to hit Harper. And a little bit too far, incomplete. .756 left here in the second quarter. St. Joe's with a 13-7 lead. DePaul coming in 6-5. You know, Jimmy, they started the season 0-3. So they played very good football since that 0-3 start.
You know, it looks like John McKenna will not have the services of Chase Hebron anymore. The medical staff of DePaul tending to him. Do not think he will return to this game. That is a big loss for their running game.
Well, second down upcoming here for the Spartans. And Roberson hands it off to Harper, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped. Good job defensively by St. Joe's as they got penetration, and it was Garrett Van Italy, the free safety, who came up to make the play.
He's a committed kid, Van Italy, 16, you know, puts the time in. And Augie Hoffman told me about Garrett Van Italy. He's probably been our most consistent football player. That's quite a statement to make when you have so many impact players on a team that's ranked #1 in the tri-state. But Garrett, he has embraced his senior year. Got an offer from Valparaiso this year. They're hoping some more offers to come.
3rd and 13. Roberson fires, has a man over the middle. It's Hickman. Makes the catch. He's inside the 30, and that's a DePaul first down.
Wow, Hickman, he had some work to do after he caught that, Lou. And this is just a great connection here. This is why they love the sophomore quarterback. Watch him step into this throw. And that is a bullet. And then Hickman, see what he does there? He's got to get 2 yards at the back end of this catch. He's got to get over the 30-yard line for the first down, and he takes a Seuss for a 2-yard ride to do that. Strong-looking sophomore, 6'1", 200. Lou, he's going to have a million offers before it's all over.
1st and 10 for the Spartans on the handoff. No, Roberson fires. He faked the handoff and then rolled out left side and threw across his body, and again threw into traffic.
Yeah, he threw right at DePaul. And that was just a dangerous throw. This is something he's going to have to clean up as you go along. Hey, you know, you learn. You get older. You know, you can't always try and squeeze it in there. You know, sometimes you just got to tuck it under and keep going. And good break on the ball that time. Blanket coverage by Anthony. He's been rock solid, too, in his senior season roaming the secondary.
2nd down and 10 at the 28-yard line. And the give is to Colella. Has a big hole and then puts his head down and dives forward down to the 22.
So you like the response here from DePaul. They trail now for the first time in the game. They get the big kickoff return by Teddy Harper. And they got some tough guys and some bangers. I mean, look at these 2 cats right here, 34-4. You'll go to battle with DePaul and Colella, no doubt about it.
So 3rd down and about 5 upcoming for the Spartans. And they send trip receivers to the left side and twins to the right.
Empty backfield, Lou. They're throwing it.
Roberson back to throw. Straight back, has protection, fires over the middle. Catch made at the 10-yard line. Again, it's Hickman on the reception.
All right, so now if you're St. Joe's, you got to know where number 14 is, because he is moving and grooving. Look, he's a sophomore, right, Lou? But it's December. The tree has been lit at Rockefeller Center. So you know what? He's not really a sophomore anymore. I mean, this is game number 12 of his sophomore year. So you can see the confidence this guy is moving around the field with. You know, if you're Evan Stewart and some of these veterans in the secondary of St. Joe's, you better mark up now on number 14, because he is really having his way now in space.
It is 1st and goal for the Spartans inside the 10-yard line. They trail 13-7. Colella gets the handoff, goes over left tackle this time, and pushes the pile down near the 5. Well, Colella gives you a little bit of a different dimension at that running back position, Jim, than Chase Hebron. Hebron more of a speedy, shifty guy, and Tom Colella, he's got a little bit of speed, but he's got some power as well.
Coach McKenna has to like the look of his team, this young team here in this final against St. Joe's. There's no back down, and I'm sure Coach Hoffman has recognized that too.
Set back now is DePalma behind Roberson, and he gets the handoff, breaks a tackle, and then dives forward inside the 5 to about the 3.
Good athleticism because he got early contact there from Howard Cross. And if you recognize the name, you should. His father, the legendary player, New York Giants, played for Alabama. And boy, you want to talk about upside. This young man is going to be as good as it gets. Just a sophomore. And he has really opened some eyes with his play in his young career.
Ball marked at the 4-yard line. It's 3rd and goal at the 4. DePaul lines up at fullback and Colella the deep back. And here's Roberson rolling out right side, fires end zone. DePaul makes the catch, but he's out of bounds.
Ball just hung up there a little too long, Lou. It took too much time for it to come down for DePaul to keep those feet, or 1 foot. Remember, it's all you need in high school. But it was this close.
So John Amadeo comes in to attempt a field goal, and he's been terrific this year. 8 of 10 in field goal attempts.
What a story, this guy. Sophomore, never kicked in his life before this year.
21-yard field goal attempt, snap good, kick on the way, and he drills it through. So DePaul creeps a little closer. It's now 13-10.
His 9th field goal of the year. He was 8 of 10. John McKenna said, I've never attempted 10 field goals in a football season in my life. This guy never kicked before, ever. And he just, he worked hard. He wanted to get on the field. So he said, Coach, I'm going to try and become the kicker. And he jumped into it, and it's been amazing. I mean, think about that. He's made 9 field goals this year, and he's not one of these kids working with a kicking guru and kicking camps. And it's just, they had an opening. They needed a kicker. He decided, hey, if I'm going to get on the field as a sophomore, I might have to be as the kicker. He did it. He's also the punter, by the way.
Well, DePaul pulls to within 3, 13-10 in this non-public Group 3 championship game. St. Joe's up by 3. See Augie Hoffman.
Yeah, he looks frustrated, Augie, right now, because it was not, the opening 20 minutes that he wanted. We played 20 minutes of football. He expected more. Look, he's got a lead, but DePaul has really shown him something. They gave DePaul a touchdown with a pick 6. And
line drive kick that is taken at the 6-yard line. And a big hit by Hickman. Hickman's all over the field for DePaul. Let's take a look at this non-public Group 3 bracket. You can see how these teams got here. St. Joe's had a bye in the first round, and then they knocked off St. John Vianney easily 45-20. And DePaul, you can see, knocking off Bishop R in the first round, and then a close one against Pope John, beating the number 3 seed 23-20.
Oh my gosh, close. They trailed with under 5 minutes left.
Right.
That team grew up, and Pope John's going to be a factor as time goes on here in the next couple years.
And off up the middle for a couple of yards. Earlier this year we mentioned St. Joe's defeated DePaul 38-21, and they led 17-14 at half. So that was a close game at halftime as well.
Yeah, and St. Joe's took over in the second half with their offensive line. They capitalized on a turnover DePaul had deep in their own territory, inside their 10-yard line. But Nick Patty and company, this is a big set of downs for this St. Joe's offense. They would love to put something on the board going into the locker room.
And this is Patty, keeps it himself and picks up a St. Joe's first down. Patty.
You love what the offensive line does here. Just great seal-off, mashing people up front. I mean, Nicky Russo, Robbie Martin, Sean Mitchell. These are the cats, the road graders. And Patty got good feet, got good acceleration. He could be explosive with his legs, too.
He's run the ball nearly 60 times this season. Now he hands it off on a delayed handoff. And Jordan Scott goes nowhere as he's thrown down at the line of scrimmage. Joe Bastante on the tackle.
Play was too slow to develop there, and they took advantage of it. Bastante was a tight end. Yeah, why not? Put him on that D-line. He's become a force. You know, it was Bastante. You mentioned that Pope John game. On that 4th down, that middle screen by Pope John in the closing seconds, it was Broadway Joe Bastante who got the shoestring tackle, and that ended the game for DePaul, and they were off to MetLife. Wow. He's also a 3.9 student in the classroom. Great job, Joe.
2 minutes, 10 seconds left here. In the second, to throw over the middle. It's caught. Matt Alamo, the outstanding tight end, and one of the top receiving tight ends in the tri-state area, no question.
Yeah, see, St. Joe's is just going to set you up with their run game all day long for the passes. And then just great little tight end dump here. Quick release by Alamo. And you know, he's just another guy, ton of upside, one of the hardest working kids they got in the program, already offers by Rutgers and Boston College.
It's Hopkinson who carries the ball, and again, DePaul plays it well on the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
St. Joe's now, I was going to say, clock's ticking away now, so they'll use their first timeout.
So St. Joe's up 13-10, call a timeout with 1:38 remaining here in the second quarter.
Well, St. Joe's, of course, Lou, they're used to championship days. Remember 2012 against Rutgers? Spencer Orkamp to Ricky June. June, Division I receiver. And St. Joe's had taken a lead against DeBarton. DeBarton was tough early in this game, but Orkamp to June, just too much. Ricky June would go from St. Joe's to Division I football, and Spencer Orkamp, one of the best ever, to Kai Hester. Kai Hester, the DePaul transfer. Oh, goodness. And the Coach K, Tony Carthage, had yet another championship.
Patty delivers to his tight end, Alamo, and he takes it down the sideline. So once again, Matt Alamo gets open, and Patty delivers a beautiful pass.
Patty has really strengthened his arm during the course of this season. He throws the ball with a lot of zip. Watch this rip right here. That's getting it there. Good coverage, and then nice job of walking the tightrope by Alamo. And Alamo's really a complete tight end. That's what they love about him. He can block, he can catch, he can do it all.
Hand off up the middle, nothing doing again. It was Van Italy who carried the football, but DePaul has really played that run well between the tackles. So no gain on the play, second down and 10 from the 19. You're down to a minute 10 now remaining here in the first half. Patty straight back to throw. He fires again as his man, his tight end Alamo wide open. There's a penalty flag down, though, in the St. Joe's backfield.
It is holding against the Green Knights, and this one is coming back, and it's a costly penalty because it kind of moves them out of field goal range. One luxury St. Joe's has is they can settle for 3 inside of 40 yards.
Going to hold on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat the down.
So the ball will go all the way back now to the 37-yard line. St. Joe's 2 timeouts left. It will be second down and a bundle. So now if you're St. Joe's, you are thinking field goal, Lou. They got to get inside the 10-yard line for a first down.
Coach Hoffman with a little bit of a smile, or is it more of a smirk on the sideline there for St. Joe's? That holding penalty, a big one. And now you'll get a timeout taken by DePaul. The Spartans want to tuck it over defensively. It'll be second down and 28 upcoming for St. Joe's.
DePaul's done a good job here. You know, this year 6-5, but you know, you think about it, they lost to Paramus Catholic 27-20, good ball game. They lost to Bergen Catholic in a 1-possession game into the fourth quarter, 21-7. They lost to Don Bosco 35-21, St. Peter's 34-22. You know, they've battled it out with the teams this year. Didn't come up with that one victory that they wanted to. Remember 2013 when they won that first title? You know, they beat Don Bosco 35-25 at Don Bosco. They beat Bergen Catholic that year by 30. And they'd go on to win a state championship. They hammered Holy Spirit in the Group 2 final by 20. 2014, they survived the semifinal against Immaculata and beat Holy Spirit 42-0 in the final. And then last year, beat St. John Vianney by 23 in the final.
Patty delivers over the middle, but behind Jordan Scott. So a 3rd down and 28.
I saw Angelo Guglielmello in warm-ups consistently making it from 35 to 40 yards. So you're thinking you got to get him some yards here if you want to line up for that field goal.
Twin receiver split left and right. Patty back to throw, has plenty of time, delivers to his tight end Alamo, and he makes it across the 25 down to the 23. So a good pickup on that play.
It'll be a 40-yard field goal for here. And listen, when you have a great field goal kicker, you sort of play football like they do in the NFL. You think about, hey, where do we got to get to put our field goal kicker in a manageable situation? This is probably right on the mark here. Because when you look up at the goalposts, he's going to be kicking into the wind. And you just think now, with the 6-foot differential in the goalposts here at MetLife Stadium compared to the high school, they are 6 feet more narrow. Are they going to even think about kicking this 40 yards with a little wind in his face?
Well, his long on the season is 38 yards this season. So it's right within that range. It would be about a 41-yard attempt. Well, it looks like the Green Knights, well, looks like they are going to kick. Offense came out first.
Well, I mean, it is 4th and 14. So, I mean, you know, what's a better chance? The shoe from 41 or completing a 4th and 14? You take your chances with the shoe.
So Guglielmello will attempt a 41-yard attempt. And now DePaul takes another timeout.
Been an interesting year for Angelo in his sophomore year. Had sort of a crazy day against Bergen Catholic in St. Joseph's double overtime victory. Couldn't buy one during that game. Missed 4 kicks in that game, but he made the game winner, Lou, in double overtime. And that's the life of a kicker, a guy that's been so consistent in kicking the ball. So you see right now the wind has calmed down a little bit, but you know, this is MetLife Stadium. There's always wind around here. 1 second it's not there, the other second it's there. Now you see a little action on those flags, and you know, so the shoe though, what a story. Lifelong kicker, grew up playing soccer. He's carved himself quite a career so far for the Green Knights of SJR, and they trust him.
With the ball lined up on the right hash, it'll be a 41-yard attempt. Snap good. Kick. It's on the way, and it is
wide.
No good. Wide to the right. So the score remains 13-10, St. Joseph. And DePaul will have the football with 32 seconds left, but the Spartans have no timeouts remaining.
So high marks for Coach McKenna and his club in this first half. And listen, you get young guys, they play fast and loose, and you know, they almost feel like they have nothing to lose in this game. And you saw, you know, that you get inspired by the play of guys like Ronnie Hickman. Hickman came in with an extra gear in this game. And you know what you're going to get out of Vinny DePalma, the toughness up front. And Roberson, you know, they're not afraid to fail. That's what you love about a battle-tested team like DePaul. They've been in so much competition. Okay, they are not afraid to fail. And DePalma and the Spartans are right there in this state final. And what a performance by Hickman, setting the tone for the veterans as just a 10th grader.
So much like the first meeting of the season between these two teams, it's a 3-point game at halftime. Some big defensive plays, Hickman with the pick six, and some big hits as well as we hit halftime. St. Joe's leads DePaul 13-10 in the non-public Group 3 championship game.
Is it pure elegance? A relentless work ethic? True grit? The extraordinary ability to rise to the occasion? Or is it all of the above? Join new swell varsity host Jimmy Cavallo and our team of experts as they ceremoniously unveil the 2016 All-Metro football team on Thursday, December 15th at 7 p.m.
Welcome back to MetLife. St. Joe's leading DePaul 13-10 at half of this non-public Group 3 championship game. And an interesting first half of football, Jim. A lot of big defensive plays.
Well, listen, teams are being aggressive. Roberson, the pass. Asus goes up, tips it. Jack Agnew gets a pick. His second in as many games. Then Nick Patty never sees Ronnie Hickman. And look at this. The super sophomore, Hickman, is going to have a pick six in the state final, and DePaul had a lead, but St. Joe's will respond. 3rd and 9, Patty on the money to Nicky Cantone, the super senior, and this game was all tied up. DePaul was aggressive throwing the football. Taquan Roberson never sees Asus. Asus making a lot of plays in this game, and then Patty again. A little play fake, everybody goes left, he's going right, he's going to Italy. Grant Van Italy And Garrett Van Italy scores the touchdown, but DePaul would come back, they'd respond. Sophomores, sophomores, sophomores. Roberson to Hickman. Roberson to Hickman. And then the super sophomore kicker, Johnny Amato. Johnny on the spot. That brings us to the score of 13-10. That's where we are now.
Take a look at the first half numbers. St. Joe's doing some damage through the air. 123 yards passing for Nick Patty. Total yardage for the Green Knights at 178. Turnovers, DePaul turned it over twice on those interceptions. St. Joe's with one turnover, and time of possession relatively even, and relatively even on the scoreboard.
55 rushing yards is not going to do it for Augie Hoffman and St. Joe's. Guaranteed, that's the topic in the locker room right now. They need to move the chains on the ground, keep their offense on the field, keep the young playmakers of DePaul watching from the sidelines, and move the ball up and down the field to set up their passing game. I guarantee there's not a lot of smiles and laughs in the St. Joe's locker room right now. Even though they're up 3, the tone is probably that of a game they are trailing.
It's been a great day of high school football here at MetLife, and another great game coming up. The nightcap, Old Tappan, the Golden Knights at 9-2 against the Golden Hawks of Riverdale. Also 9-2 on the year. It's the North 1 Group 3 championship game. It'll kick off at 7:05, and it will be coming up next right here at News 12 Varsity.
That's going to be fun, Lou. Old Tappan won a championship a year ago. They made their way back. Riverdale has been here 3 years in a row and left disappointed. Is the 4th time the charm? The answer tonight on News12Varsity.com. We continue after this.
back at MetLife Stadium. St. Joe's, the #1 team in our tri-state poll, leading DePaul Catholic 13-10 at halftime. Lou Brockno, Jimmy Cavallo, and of course Amanda Plesey, who's down on the sideline. Let's check in with Amanda.
Well, Lou, for these two teams, this is just like the first time they faced each other. And when I spoke to Coach McKenna, he's like, we've been in this spot before. We know how to handle them. It's really the turnovers that were killing us this first time around. So they're going to need to do a better job in the second half. And also, I spoke to Coach about number 22. Chase Hebron is out for the rest of the game. Number 4, Tom Colella, is going to continue to take most of the carries. Now, for St. Joseph Regional, if you ask Coach Hoffman who the better team is, he's going to tell you it's no doubt it's the Green Knights, but they certainly didn't play like that in the first half. You know, he wants to get their running game going a little bit more, but they can't do that until the offensive line starts to sort out their issues. He was telling me that they were kind of lining up in the wrong spot, so that's certainly an adjustment they're looking to make in the second half.
All right, Amanda, St. Joe's will get the ball first here in half number 2 as the Green Knights try to put together a solid drive to begin this second half.
Lou, they ran the ball for only 55 yards in the first half, St. Joe's, on 21 carries. And don't forget, 18 of those yards were from their quarterback, Nick Patty. So their running backs, only 37 yards of rushing yardage for the St. Joe's running backs. Jordan Scott, they need to get him going. Scotty has had a great senior season. They know they want to get number 3 off and running. He has run for less than 10 yards in this game, 5 altogether for Scotty. Time to beam him up.
Grant Pagano with that kickoff return brings it back to the 31-yard line. St. Joe's, 1st and 10. As you see, first half by possession for the Green Knights. Last 3 times, touchdown, touchdown, and a missed field goal. So they have moved the football their last 3 possessions. 1st and 10, St. Joe's, 31-yard line. This is Asus, and Louis Asus struggles ahead for a couple of yards. Hit at the line of scrimmage by Christopher Banks. And he was able to pick up a couple of yards on second effort.
Yeah, Banks, a junior, got good size, 6'3". Look at him in there. Number 56 fills out that uniform nicely, about 270 pounds goes Banksy. And this is a guy at 6'3", 270, could dunk a basketball. D-tackle, defensive end, good play there.
Patty on the run, delivers outside, a beautiful throw by Patty, and it's Van Italy who makes the catch. And he picks up a Green Knight first down.
A well-designed play. They fake the dive inside to Asus, and then on the quick release, you know one thing about a Rob Stern offense. He is going to mix it up, show you different looks. He wants to have your defense guessing.
Minute gone by, third quarter. St. Joe's, their initial drive of the second half. And Patty keeps it himself, has running room, and picks up good yardage into DePaul territory across midfield.
Yeah, running to that left side behind Russo and Martin. Been a successful play for these guys, and you can see Patty's got a good feel for running the football. And oh man, 65 getting out in space there, boy. When 65 gets out in space for St. Joe's, Josh Fed Jackson, look out. The big cat already offers by UCLA, Syracuse, NC State.
And then coming wide is Hopkinson. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Again, DePaul getting good penetration across the line of scrimmage against that run.
Vinny DePalma. Well, DePalma, he has spent the entire season in the opposition's backfield. Look at him right there. Great explosion on the ball there by DePalma. I mean, he works so hard. He's got that great football term they refer to, an animal. And just does it all, number 34, making his 27th start, and he's just a junior. 27 starts at middle linebacker.
Patty straight back to throw on a second down play, fires long, it's caught inside the 5. Once again, it's Nick Cantone, touchdown St. Joe's.
Oh, doctor, what a throw by Patty. I mean, this is Eli Manning-esque at MetLife. You can't put it in a better spot. And Cantone's got a pair, and he gets the chest bump from Bobby Stern. Are you kidding me, Lou? That was on the money. Dropped it on the dime.
Guglielmello in to kick the extra point. So St. Joe's strikes first here in half number 2. And they have a chance to extend their lead to 10 points here.
Well, what the St. Joe's coaching staff, and look at this, unbelievable. That was blocked, I believe, Lou. But what St. Joe's has spoken about with Nick Patty and how much better he's gotten in these connections with Cantone is his arm strength. Watch this ball here. I mean, this is just a rip. Cantone never breaks stride. Right on the spot. Again here, look where he throws this ball from. Just a laser right there. Patty to Cantone again. Just loads up and hammers this one. And Nick Patty, the junior QB, the lifelong quarterback out of Hillsdale, New Jersey, he has made the climb. He's already thrown for 179 and 3 touchdowns in this game. But Cantone, oh, you gotta love it. Cantone playing in his final game as a Green Knight, and he has been part of 2 big connections. Cantone, 4 touchdown receptions now in the semis and the finals. And Nick Patty, 5 plays, 69 yards, the big one right there from Patty. And Cantone and Patty, they're enjoying it. Long way to go in this game. But Nick Patty, he's been sharp now after throwing the pick 6 to start the game. And that's what we talk about, a quarterback putting it behind them, Lou. I mean, the last thing Nick Patty wanted to do was start this game by giving 7 points to DePaul. And he did. And they're going to watch that film and cringe when you see that ball he throws towards Hickman. But Patty has rebounded.
So it's a 9-point lead for the Green Knights. They're up 19-10. And Guglielmello to kick off. It's a line drive kick that is fielded at the 5-yard line. Here is Harper. Teddy Harper breaks the tackle and then is brought down across the 20 up to the 24. So DePaul's turn now to try to get something going. Harper shaken up on the play. So a timeout with 9:43 on the clock here in this third quarter. It is 19-10 St. Joe's.
You know, Lou, gotta love guys that can throw a good ball, and the progression of Nick Patty. Watch this ball. This is going to be a 50-yard rope. He's standing on the 45, steps into it, and where this ball lands, boom, right on the 5-yard line to Cantone. What a wonderful connection. And that is Patty, and his arm has just gotten better and better. And he's also, you know, it's the 360 degrees of being a quarterback. You know, he wakes up on Sunday mornings after game days. And what does he do? He calls Rob Stern, the offensive coordinator, who's so great with quarterbacks. And they talk about the game, and they talk about different plays. And Patty's got great ideas. He bounces them off his coaches, Augie Hoffman and Coach Stern. And it's just, you know, when you're a quarterback, the mental part of that position is so big. You know, learning the playbook, learning the adjustments. And there's Coach Stern and Coach Carthage. Coach Carthage, all-time winningest coach in Bergen County history, of course. And, you know, you could just see right now they're talking about Nick Patty. I mean, I don't have to be a lip reader. You could be a body reader. And Carthage had some great quarterbacks. You know, he had Spencer Orkamp and Joe Scott and you know, well, you know, Danny Kalana and, you know, Jack Walsh, you know, came down the pike a couple years ago with Augie. But, you know, Nick Patty, you know, I mentioned about a month ago that, you know, he's beaten everybody out there. He's beaten Bosco, he's beaten Bergen, he's beaten Paramus Catholic, he's beaten St. Peter's. And, you know, listen, it was not an, it's a climb. You know, when you get that nod as a sophomore, hasn't happened often at St. Joe's when you're a 3-year starter at the position, and he's played the toughest schedule of any quarterback in the history of the Green Knights. I mean, it's just a reality of the climate right now, and just gotten better and better in leading St. Joe's to this #1 status and now to this state final. And for DePaul now, here you go. You're down by 9. St. Joe's has hit you with a couple good body blows here to your secondary. You just got to keep punching if you're the Spartans.
Dead ball foul. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Teddy Harper, by the way, injured on that last play. Comes off the field under his own power, but holding that wrist. So Harper heads to the sidelines.
Well, you see DePaul, remember, their one touchdown was on defense. They've thrown 2 picks. They did drive and get a good field goal, which was important. So it's good. You know, listen, DePaul knows they're going to have to put some points with their offense. There's a long way to go in this game for Taquan Roberson, the sophomore QB in this offense.
And the handoff goes up the middle, up to the 20-yard line, maybe a pickup of a yard for Colella. Remember, Chase Hebron not in there as well. He was injured in the first half. So right now that offense playing without their outstanding running back and Teddy Harper. They're one of their top receivers.
Yeah, so Colella and DePalma are going to become the backs. And Colella, no stranger to sticking his face in there. You know, that's a compliment when you say a football guy sticks his face in there.
Now DePaul calls timeout. The Spartans want to talk things over here. 9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Well, DePaul last year, Lou, 6-6. You know, they had a very tough game with St. Joe's at home. Ball security was a problem that night. They would lose 20-7. The turnovers cost them. You know, but they only lost by 2 points to Bergen Catholic. They lost by 8 to Paramus Catholic. You know, it's the body of work for these guys. They've been so close in the last couple of years after beating a couple of them. Bergen and Bosco in 2013. They lost by 8 points at Bosco. But then they got into the postseason last year, and they just whipped the Group 3 field. They beat Camden Catholic by 27. They beat Del Barton by 27. And they beat unbeaten St. John Vianney. Okay, flying high. All kinds of talent, St. John Vianney. They beat them by 23. State champs for the 3rd straight year. Very good year for DePaul a year ago to cap it off like that.
Second down play. Here's Roberson. Now he runs and he pulls it down, takes it across the 20-yard line, but not much there. Dorian Hardy in on the tackle. Another one of those outstanding linebackers for the Green Knights.
Yeah, Hardy will get the tackle, but it's Cross that turns the play inside. But Hardy, listen, a world of talent, a lot of untapped potential. He's got all the big-time offers, and, you know, he could be a game wrecker at the defensive line. And there's Cross. You know, anytime Howard Cross makes a good play, just yell, "Roll Tide." That's where his dad played, Alabama.
Third down and about 13 here for the Spartans.
Blitz.
Roberson fires over the middle. It's intercepted at the 40-yard line. Or no, it's incomplete. Thought it was picked off. Good play there by Dapolito.
Oh, Anthony, he had it. Then he was doing like, he looked like the Harlem Globetrotters. It went around his back. It popped back up, but just couldn't hang on. But listen, that's good coverage because St. Joe's was blitzing, so you know you're singled up if you're Anthony. And he's been a solid senior here. And you watch it once again, goes down to the ground, it kind of pops up, and look, here he goes. Whoa! Good break on the football.
He had it, but when he hit the ground, it just popped loose.
I mean, he was that close to making plays of the week on News12Varsity.com. Oh, man, our weekly journey around the tri-state to find the best plays.
Well, DePaul punts it away. St. Joe's will have their second offensive possession. And you can feel the momentum beginning to shift here a little bit. St. Joe's up by 9 now.
This is it. If I'm going to say right now, for DePaul, this is it. They got to get off the field. You know, you hear it all the time for a football defense, get off the field. DePaul's got to get their defense off the field here. If St. Joe's drives the field here and goes into the end zone, it could be the beginning of a long night for DePaul in the second half.
And off tackle, and up across the 30-yard line. And that time the offensive line did a good job of opening up that hole, and it was Budka on the carry. Jaden Budka, that's his first carry of the game.
Yeah, listen, the progression of Budka is that he is getting some touches out of the backfield, and it's what you do. You know, you progress as a program. He's a junior. You know, next year he'll be carrying the ball and giving him some touches in the state final. See what Patty has done so far. 3 touchdowns, nearly 180 yards. Cantone already over 102 TDs on the night.
And here's Patty again as he carries the football. And he picks up maybe a yard or so. Isaiah Boone in on the tackle for DePaul. One of the captains of this Spartan team.
Yeah, Booney, big Booney, 53. Look at that cat. Oh, man. Booney, 6'3", 280, 3-year starter, number 53 in white, standing on that defensive line. And, you know, he's just become a very good defensive tackle. You know, he played alongside Mike Dwumfor last year, you know what I mean, and just learned. And you can see him, man. He's having a good time, big personality. He's quick off the ball for 282.
So it's 3rd and 2. Patty throws outside, incomplete. And he had a receiver open, but overshot his intended receiver.
Mission accomplished for DePaul, Lou. Mission accomplished. Defense is coming off the field. And you watch this one once again. Just sailed on him a little bit. Would have been a tough catch for Farad McCombs, the young man transferred out of Poly Prep 2 years ago.
So it brings up a 4th down. And St. Joe's will punt it away.
Evan Stewart.
Stewart goes off the side of his foot. And takes a good St. Joe's roll, though, across the 35-yard line. Well, we mentioned earlier that Teddy Harper was injured a few plays ago. Amanda has more news on the DePaul wide receiver.
Well, Lou, he's still on the sideline, still visibly in a lot of pain, and they've wrapped up his entire left hand right now, and there's also an ice pack in there. They're trying to keep the swelling down. They also put in a little bit of a makeshift splint underneath his wrist, so that way he can keep his hand elevated at all times. But like I said, he's on the sideline, still visibly in pain, and his return is questionable.
Oh, listen, I think his return is doubtful by that image right there, and that's a big loss. You know, a two-way player, had a better year on defense than Coach McKenna thought, and Teddy Harper's had a breakout year. Hate to see that for the young guy.
Here's Roberson rolling out. Now he throws back the other way. DePalma makes the catch.
Oh, man.
It takes it up across the 35.
Dangerous throw, but you know what? He drops it right in the basket. He's got to get this over the top. Watch this. Drops it right over the top. Good-looking play there. And DePalma, the sure-handed one, catches it, but that's a good feel for the position. Grant Pagano was right on it.
So 2nd and 5 at the 37. Here's Roberson dancing around back there, and he gets away from Hardy on the run, delivers to DePalma, who makes the catch. That's a terrific play by Roberson. You talk about escapability. And he finds Vinny DePalma on the sideline.
Well, the St. Joe's Nation was like, we got him. Hardy's going to have him. But somehow Roberson gets away from Hardy. Watch right here. Hardy's going to peel off. Looks like he's got the wrap on him. No chance. And Roberson, just a great action right there. DePalma, you know, a middle linebacker. And watch the footwork by DePalma navigating the sidelines. And he catches that strike right there. DePalma is just a wonderful athlete. You know, has the presence right there to catch the ball and get his feet in. He plays, you know, his dad, John DePalma, on the staff at DePaul. Great guy, great football family, and it's all paying off for Vinny DePalma with the work he's put in.
3rd and 3, Roberson, he's going deep, and it is caught at the 30-yard line by Hickman.
Well, Hickman never took his eyes off at St. Joe's. Watch it. You don't play the football. He's playing the man down the sidelines and just gets tripped up. Feet come together, and what are you going to do? And Hickman, his big night just continues. He has been so impressive working against Chiarlo there. And Chiarlo just got tripped up. He turned a little late and just didn't see it.
So DePaul moves down to the St. Joe's 30-yard line, and the handoff goes off tackle up the middle. It is Colella. So Tom Colella takes it down to the 26.
You know, Lou, you said it a couple moments ago. St. Joe's got the ball. They were up now. They had just scored. They were up 9 points, and you were like, the momentum. How quickly DePaul is taking it right back. I mean, they 3 and out St. Joe's on defense. On offense now, they make a couple of big throws. And you continue to see the progression of this young quarterback. Hey, Shelton Applewhite was a really good player. So for them to move him to wide receiver after the injury, now you know what Roberson is about here.
Second down play. Roberson steps up. He's going end zone, and it's incomplete. Intended for Liam Cobry, but he was well covered and well overthrown. So it'll bring up a third down play for the Spartans, 3rd and 6.
And if you're DePaul here, you can't be afraid to run the football. You got to think Coach McKenna's in 4-down territory. The ball is inside the 30, a little long for a field goal from here. You're not going to punt the football, so 3rd and 6, St. Joe's, they got to stay honest here against the run.
Trip receivers go left side for the Spartans. Quan Roberson straight back to throw. He steps up again, going end zone for Hickman. Touchdown, DePaul.
What a show by Hickman. He has taken a quantum leap here tonight at MetLife. And St. Joe's right now really doesn't have an answer for 14.
And a beautiful throw by Roberson. He laid it right in there.
Perfectly thrown football, Lou. Point well taken.
So DePaul is right back in it. Extra point pending. It's 19-16, and Amadeo in to kick the extra point. High snap, kick on the way. It is good. 4:29 remaining here, 3rd quarter. We got ourselves a ball game. St. Joe's 19, DePaul 17.
Hey, listen, it's no secret, number 14. He's their leading receiver this year. I mean, and he is a do-everything kind of player, but watch the route once again. They know he's working one-on-one. They go to him. Look at the ball here. Oh, man, by Taquan Roberson. I mean, you can't lay it out any better than this. Spins it nicely over the shoulder, and Hickman hauls it in. Taquan Roberson has played quarterback in every game this year. He has taken over the position late in the season. This has been his primary target. And he will be one of the most highly touted players in North Jersey. Colleges have already taken notice. By the spring, guaranteed the offers will be coming in for Ronnie Hickman.
Hickman, 6'1", 200-pound sophomore coming into this game, had 38 receptions for 571 yards. But as you said, Jimmy, he has really put himself on the map here in this championship game.
Wow. You know, 2-possession game a moment ago. DePaul answers right back.
Line drive kick. That is fielded at the 5-yard line. And good kick coverage by the Spartans. Oh, DePalma comes down and takes out Jordan Scott, who could not get a head of steam going.
Listen, if Vinny DePalma has to go to the sidelines, somebody might have to show him where it is. Because this guy just never comes off the field. It's amazing. And listen, this is what you do in a championship setting. You leave nothing to chance. You put your best players on the field. Kickoff team, 34's out there, making plays.
1st and 10 for the Green Knights at the 17-yard line. Nick Patty keeps it himself and nowhere to go. DePaul fired up at the line of scrimmage. Shavon Hamilton up to make the tackle.
Well, they should be fired up because they've seized the momentum now in this game. Looked like Mike Marinelli was in on that. Hamilton. You know, they're just moving and grooving to the football, and Augie Hoffman's team is in a little bit of a fork in the road now when you think about this game. Still 16 minutes of football left. But the Spartans, Their confidence is rising by the minute now.
The give is to Asus. He tries to cut it in, and he does pick up positive yardage, but is ridden down from behind across the 20-yard line.
Pivotal third down situation here. You know, when you pick up virtually nothing on first down, running on second down, you know, you're going to get a lot of yardage here to avoid being in a throwing situation. And St. Joe's now in another throwing situation. And this is a big play in this game, Lou. DePaul is one stop away here from bringing Evan Stewart back on the field to punt it away for St. Joe's. Let's see what Coach Stern has dialed up.
3rd and 6. Patty fires outside. Catch made. That's enough for a first down. Big play for the Green Knights.
McCombs, same play they went to on the last series where the ball sailed over his head, and this time Farad hauls it in. Good-looking connection here. Patty, the quick release, spins it, and Farad snatches it. And that is a big moving of the chains for SJR.
So the ball now at the 32-yard line, and St. Joe's with a 1st and 10. Under 3 minutes remaining. Down to 2:52 in this third quarter.
Athletic receiver Farad McCombs got a bright future ahead of him. Does number 13, just a junior. Second year, coming over from Poly Prep, learning to deal with the competition, the ferocity, the physicality, but they really love his upside. Good kid, too.
Junior quarterback Nick Patty brings the Green Knights up. He's straight back to throw, and he fires. Incomplete.
Well defended that time in the secondary by Sean Kelly. Kelly with blanket coverage right there. Patty's going to step into this one. Got a small window to throw it. But Kelly was right on it.
He tried to get it into Yasir Berry, but good coverage by the Spartans brings up a 2nd and 10. Now trip receivers go to the left side. DePaul showing blitz, and they come. Patty rolling out. Now he'll keep it. 35-yard line, gets a block on the corner, and is driven out of bounds at the 37.
He's sneaky fast, Patty, you know. I mean, Christopher Banks has a great line on Patty. He's got a beat on him, and Patty escapes, and then he really makes good. Look at the Banks right here. But right here, here's the acceleration for Patty to get outside and makes good yardage and puts him in a very manageable third down situation. They're 3rd and 2 here. So Patty really does a good job using his legs. You know, when you drop back 6-7 yards, Lou, and you make 8 yards, you're running a long way.
3rd and 2, and Patty play fake. He's in trouble, and he gets away. Now steps into it, fires, incomplete. Somehow Nick Patty got away from what looked like a sure sack and was able to get that throw off.
Stayed on his feet. And that would have been a huge loss of territory. Nevertheless, it is an incomplete. Somehow or another, the rip and throwdown by Michael Marinelli no good, and nearly a connection with Cantone. That would have been epic. The bottom line is they will have to punt it away here.
And Hickman goes back deep to receive the punt for the Spartans.
Very aggressive play by St. Joe's, Lou, on 3rd down and 2. You know, they went for the jugular there against this DePaul team. DePaul comes into this game looking to three-peat as a state champ. Or they looking to four-peat. You know, in 2014, they were taking on Holy Spirit. How about this guy? Pretty good back. Kareem Walker, 57 yards. And Walker was always good in games like this. Not always big time against the big guys, but when Ryan Adzima to Hassis Dubois, one of the best receivers in the Tri-State, 21-0 DePaul, and then Kareem. 3-touchdown day for Kareem Walker. DePaul rolls 42-0.
Roberson is tracked down behind the line of scrimmage. Never had a chance. Had a little trouble with the snap on that play, and that gave St. Joe's an opportunity to get penetration.
Now the St. Joe's defense responds, Luke, because they're playing with a little pressure now. You know, they're defending just a 2-point lead now in this game, and they're back on the field. So Cross, did you yell Roll Tide there, Lou?
Second down and 14. Loss of 4 on that last play. Twin receivers go to the right side, and Roberson straight back to throw. Now in trouble, and he goes down. And that St. Joe's defense is responding. Mark Doran, the outstanding defensive end, had 16 tackles for a loss on the season and 8.5 sacks. Gets another there.
Yeah, if you're going to describe Doran as an animal on the football field, you're going to describe DePaul and Doran as animals on the football field. Tough, nasty, productive kid, 46, captain of this team. You know, he's had 9 sacks. That's his 10th sack of the year for Mark Doran. He's got Ivy and Patriot League interest. He'll make a great Ivy or Patriot League player.
It's a third down play. St. Joe's defense has responded here. Here's a throw over the middle, incomplete. As Roberson tried to connect with Cobry, but the Spartans go 3 and out.
Very good response by the St. Joe's defense there, and boy, did they need it, because we are just, 35 seconds away here from getting into the 4th and final quarter, and this game hangs in the balance. Our #1 team, Augie Hoffman at St. Joe's. Augie has never won a title as the head coach. Now he's only in his 3rd year, folks. Last year to the finals, losing to Don Bosco.
Here's Jordan Scott, can't find the handle, and then gets buried at the 36-yard line.
Jordan Scott's having a tough day and was a little short on his positioning, so he was backpedaling trying to catch that football. And you expect Scotty to respond in this 4th quarter. Just good coverage, too, by the coverage guys of DePaul. Getting downfield there was Chaz Bryant, the sophomore. Everything counts here in a game like this. Scott, speedster.
30 seconds left, 3rd quarter. St. Joseph, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. And a handoff goes to Hopkinson, who's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. DePalma, the first man to hit him.
I mean, listen, that 2-hole is going to be tough to navigate with 34 playing middle linebacker. I asked St. Joe's if they were going to do anything special to block number 34, and they said, no, this is what we do. We block people. And DePalma, he's a read, react, and fill guy from the word go. And DePalma and the Spartans of DePaul have gone 36 minutes. They've gone toe-to-toe with our #1 team. There is 1 quarter left in the non-public Group 3 state championship. Roberson and the boys have had some moments against Nick Patty and the Green Knights. But after 3 quarters, it's a 2-point game. The 4th and final quarter is next, right here on News 12 Varsity.
Back at MetLife Stadium, 4th and final quarter of the non-public Group 3 championship game. And it's been a good one. St. Joe's leading DePaul 19-17. Green Knights with a second down play. Patty, a run all the way, takes it himself, cuts into the secondary, and takes it across the DePaul 35.
He's playing a whale of a ball game. I mean, he started the game with the monumental mistake, the bad throw for the pick six. Since then, Nick Patty has just been locked in, and he's been their best running back today. He's rushed now for 68 yards on the day and thrown for over 200 or about 200.
Handoff to Asus, and he dives up across the 30 to the 28-yard line. Pick up of 2. It'll bring up a second down and 8.
Well, DePaul has accomplished the first mission, Lou. They've shortened the game. It's a 12-minute game now against St. Joe's. And really, it's a 2-point game. I mean, so look at where DePaul is right now. This is the biggest question they're always trying to answer. Can they win a fourth quarter against one of their peers, their other superpowers in the Super Six? And when we say Super Six, we mean Vasco, Bergen, Paramus, St. Peter's, DePaul, and St. Joe's. Been a wonderful day on many levels for St. Joe's throwing the football. The surprise has been that they haven't been able to run it. But Nick Cantone, playing in his final game as a Green Knight. He scored 2 in the semifinals. He's got 2 big ones at MetLife on the go route. And then he'll beat the defense into the end zone. And Cantone wasn't done yet. The 50-yard laser. Patty to Cantone at MetLife. And St. Joe's looked like they were going to get some separation. But DePaul would score the next touchdown in this game. But for Nicky Cantone, the St. Joe's lifer, grew up around the program. His father was an outstanding player at St. Joe's. His dad, Jerry, got good hands. He's got toughness. He's got good looks, too, Lou. The girls love Cantone. That's the word on the street. Going to play baseball at Marist. Good baseball player, too.
Second down and 8 for St. Joe's. And Patty keeps it himself, has another huge hole, and takes it up across the 20-yard line.
It all starts with the fake. The great, sort of the read option, whatever you want to call it. And watch him stick the ball in the gut here. And then, boom, pulls it out. He gets the defense moving one way, and then great action at the point of attack. That's what you expect out of that St. Joe's offensive line, running lanes. And Patty has had the best running lanes tonight from his offensive line, no question.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. St. Joe's up by 2. Patty straight back to throw, fires end zone, touchdown St. Joe's. Yasir Berry on the reception.
Very good at MetLife on that connection. And Nick Patty, I'm telling you, Lou, he is throwing some balls here tonight for the Green Knight Nation. Some spectacular throws, and Yasir, it's got to feel good because guess where he came from? DePaul. The DePaul transfer, Yasir Berry, catches one against his old team. The book on Yasir Berry is that he's got huge hands and he high points the football. But first, Lou, biggest extra point of the season for the shoe. It'll make it a 2-possession game.
Snap good. Kick is on the way. It is good.
Big one. They had missed 2 of them on the night. The big hands Berry works hard, does a great job. Look at him and Patty. But again, Lou, this is just a major throw right here. Little play action, rips it. Look at the location of the football over the top of the defense, and Yasir goes up and high points it. Wonderfully done. 4-touchdown night for Nick Patty, Lou. And amazing. I mean, listen, football is a game of adjustments. It's a game of, hey, whatever's going good, you go with. St. Joe's has had trouble running the ball tonight, so they had to go aerial attack. And Nick Patty running it, and then setting it up there with the 19-yarder to Yasir Berry. He's now over 200 yards of passing for the night and 4 touchdown passes. With St. Joe's now, Lou, they got to realize there's a lot of ball game left here. Patty runs for 39 yards on the drive, completes the 5-play, 62 yards, 2-minute drive, and just a great response by St. Joe's after the defense stepped up. They delivered the ball to the offense, and the offense and Patty went right to work.
Tremendous throw by Nick Patty. It was a rocket shot and a tremendous spiral.
Look at this.
Yeah, a little.
Wow.
I don't know if that really was an onside kick. It might have just been like a kick to try to keep it away from the deep receivers of DePaul.
Well, one thing we've seen tonight is St. Joe's now is going to have to mark up on that young man, number 14 in white. Ronnie Hickman has been dynamic all night. It started with this. Patty with the mistake, Hickman going the other way, pick 6. But he's also been the primary target. Listen, he's just a great-looking receiver. He's their leading receiver coming in. He's had a breakout sophomore season. The guy just turned 15 a couple weeks ago. 4 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown.
First down play going long, and it's incomplete, and a penalty flag is thrown. That will be either defensive holding or pass interference against St. Joe's.
It's going to be a 15-yard hold on St. Joe's. Because for Rod McCombs, what you can't do is you can't show the official too much. And McCombs just held on.
Pass interference against the defense, 15 yards from the previous spot, resulting in a first down.
He's got great coverage, McCombs, but what he does is he just lays his hand on the receiver for way too long. So that's a big call there. They'll pick up 15 yards. The ball will go right out to midfield. It was the right call, too.
Football at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Trip receivers go right side. And Roberson hands it off. Here's Colella trying to turn that corner, cannot. St. Joe strings it out beautifully. Doran over there first to make the tackle for the Green Knights.
Yeah, a lot of hats on that one. Even Big Yves Montesol coming out there with some containment and running to the football. So now St. Joe's, so their defense has had a pretty good day in containing DePaul.
2nd down and 9. We're less than 10 minutes now left in the 4th quarter. Here's Roberson in trouble, gets away momentarily, and then just throws it out of bounds.
That was Yves Montesol. Look at 99 in green. Gotta love the look of this guy. The senior playing in his last game, the man in the middle, the little nose guard. You always see him over the football, and good hustle by Yves. 9-9 in green. He's got a great spirit to him. Hey, you know what? He's a little bit of an overachiever. Came over from Spring Valley, New York. St. Joe's has been great for Yves Montesol. You know, he's grown up a little bit in the process. He's become a real good football player and a key contributor at that point of attack on the D-line.
3rd and 9. Roberson steps up, fires, catch made, and going out of bounds is Nicer Nunn, who makes the catch.
What it gives them is it gives them the ability to go for it. Watch this one coming right at you. Roberson steps into it, slings it. Good connection right there. I mean, just a quality connection. And now they'll go for it, too, on that short yardage. Nicer Nunn, just a junior, started last year as a sophomore, got a nose for the football, had a wonderful year on defense, leading tackler out of the secondary. I think they got the first down, Lou. After they checked it out, they did. So that connection, big time.
That's a 42-yard line, and DePaul keeps this drive going. 9 minutes and 41 seconds left in the 4th, and the Spartans are down 26-17. So it's a 2-possession game. They send trip receivers to the left side, and Roberson checks out that St. Joe's defense. He's straight back to throw, fires as a man open, and let's see, did they say he caught it? They do. Catch is made by Cobry. He bobbled it a little bit, but pulled it in.
A great little route run by Cobry, just finds a little spot in the defense and does a really nice job to hold on to the football. As you can see, he was kind of fighting it the whole time.
at the 27-yard line. Another first down for the Spartans.
Yeah, he's had a coming out party the whole season, Liam. Huge summer. You know, got after it. Gave him a look at tight end, and pow, become a real good tight end. He's had 7 touchdowns this year, has Liam.
Here's the handoff. Penalty flag on the play. So a flag down on the sideline. This could be a hold against the Spartans. Let's see.
Is there a hold or a little motion on that jet sweep? I think, you know, it's an interesting call now. If you're St. Joe's, you're going to, it is illegal motion, so you probably take the penalty, make it 1st and 15 without getting any yards, or do you go 2nd and 10? You know, probably going to
Legal procedure on the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat the down.
Yeah, they'll take the penalty and back them up, trying to protect your end zone here. So now the process for John McKenna continues with his young quarterback. He loves what Taquan has brought to the table. So Augie Hoffman looking for one signature play out of his defense now in this final 9 minutes to put them in position for this title.
Football at the 32-yard line. Again, trip receivers go right side. Roberson flips it outside. Nunn makes the catch. Makes a couple of nice moves and then is banged down inside the 30. So they pick up the penalty yardage that they lost. It brings up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Nunn with just a little release here, so you're right, they'll get that penalty yards back. But, you know, with Hickman keeping them honest downfield, it opens up some things for Nunn.
Trips go left side. Here's Roberson looking to throw. He's looking for Hickman. He makes, incomplete. Thought he had made the catch.
Another flag, Lou.
Yeah, flag's thrown. Double coverage down there for St. Joe's as well. Let's see which way this call goes.
Well, they were battling for the football. They were totally engaged. We'll see. Big call here.
You have a hold on the defense. 10-yard penalty. Result of the play will be a first down.
And now a penalty flag is thrown on the far side in front of the St. Joe's bench. Let's see what we get here.
Well, the flag came before the ball arrived. And what you're seeing here is Hickman has been a handful the entire night.
With sideline warning on.
So St. Joe's will get that sideline warning. But Hickman being a handful the whole night, he's drawing the double coverage, and St. Joe's is trying to be more aggressive with him, and they're called for the hold.
Jimmy, that's the 2nd sideline warning on St. Joe's. 1-1. It's 1-1 DePaul and St. Joe's. Stand corrected. 1st and 10. Here's Roberson, fires outside, and DePalma makes the catch. He's inside the 15, down to the 14.
Good open field tackle that time by Van Italy, because DePalma is a load, and Van Italy's got to come up, but he's kind of out there on an island with DePalma, and never lets DePalma turn upfield and start chugging. So they'll limit him to only 3 yards. Watch it again. Only buddy home here is Van Italy. Good textbook stick right there.
2nd down and 7. 7.5 remaining in the 4th.
I mean, if you're DePaul here, you'll take the 3 points, but you'd love to score a touchdown this far inside the red zone. 2nd down.
Roberson in trouble, gets away. Now he'll run it. He's at the 10 and down to the 5. Looks like there's a flag down. And this is in the backfield of the Spartans, and it is holding.
Big call here. So the flags have been a-flying on this drive.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
That's a huge call against the Spartans after Roberson had put together a nice run there.
Spot foul, too, so it comes all the way out, Lou. to the 33-yard line. They got to get inside the 10 for a first down.
The line to make is the 7-yard line to pick up a first down.
What's that, like 26 yards? 25 yards? It's still only second down.
Roberson, quarterback draw, takes off, and St. Joe's not fooled on that play.
46. Mark Doran. Woo, he just got him from behind, too. Doran went down and got him. As the super soft was looking to escape the pocket. Watch it once again. Roberson's like, hey, I got an avenue here. And watch Doran right here. Go down, reach, and get him. Big.
So now it's third down and 22.
Yeah, and listen, you're also thinking now, DePaul, about getting 15 yards just for your field goal kicker. They're too far from here.
Roberson looking to throw. Now he runs out of there and he loses the handle on the ball, and a penalty flag is thrown as well.
Louis, Howard Cross Jr. is becoming a handful on the inside. And Cross, they're having to deal with him, and the holding penalty is going to go against them, working against Cross.
Holding offense. The penalty's refused.
And they just love what Cross has brought to the table here in his coming out party year, sophomore year. You know, he's about 6'1", 220, but this guy's going to be 6'3", 6'4". He's already got an offer from Maryland. Just plays 1,000 miles an hour every day in practice. Cross has already got 2 sacks in this final.
So DePaul punts the football, and they plant it inside the 10-yard line. It's down at the 7.
Lou, DePaul is going to look back at that series with regrets. Penalties killed them. They were inside the 15-yard line. Come away empty. And now St. Joe's, this is the exact scenario you want if you're Augie Hoffman. You want to bring your offensive line back out there, and now is the ultimate test. Can St. Joe's run the ball, move the chains, take the clock, and get the title? So for Josh Fair Jackson, Ryan Botto, Sean Mitchell, Nicky Russo, and Robbie Martin, these boys are on the clock now.
And off it is Jesus, who spins up across the 15-yard line. Louis Jesus on the carry, picks up 8. Ticked down towards 5.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. St. Joe's, who has beaten DePaul 9 straight times.
Yeah, they have owned them. I mean, you know, you want to call it the modern era, since 2009, since they started playing.
Another handoff to Jesus. He's hit at the line of scrimmage.
He didn't get it.
Nope, driven back.
You know, Seuss is not a lifelong running back, so he's a little upright here on this one. Makes the cut, but good fill in the hole there. And great job on defense by DePaul. And you saw coming down the line there, making that play was 5'6". He's been rock solid tonight. Christopher Banksy. And Christopher Banks trying to deliver one more big play and get his offense back out there. Got one AA potential. He's a gamer.
And the handoff goes off tackle. It's close to the first down. Looks like St. Joe's might have gotten it with that forward progress.
Oh, man. This is a big one here for them to get, and they will get it. Not by much, Lou. But this is just hat-on-hat football now. Again, look at the action at the point of attack. Coming down on the stunt was Ryan Botto, and Botto 54. Got some action there, and it paid dividends in a big way from his right guard spot on the move. And what a big moment that was, you know, for Botto. Waited his turn and got the nod.
Patty kept it himself, but DePaul able to get in there. De Palma on the tackle for the Spartans. Loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11, but right now the clock becoming a huge factor. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left.
DePaul still got the 2 timeouts. That was a good play for DePaul there, because you're going to tempt Coach Stern and Coach Hoffman. Do we even think about throwing the football? Because now they lost a yard, so it's 2nd and 11. I don't think so, but Coach McKenna comes down to that. When do I use them? The 2 timeouts. He's only got 2 left. So now Patty using as much clock as he can. Blitz by DePaul.
It's a low snap, and getting away and getting outside. A huge play for Louis Asus. What a run.
Speed kills, Mr. Brockno. And Louis Asus outran the blitz of DePaul. DePaul is going to sell out. Watch how many guys come. You have that one wide. And Asus just outruns it. And he will move the chains again. Big blitz coming. A lot of guys in the action. And Asus just outruns it. Watch it again. Look at DePaul. Everybody was coming, and somehow or another, Louis gets it done. So Asus trying to deliver the first state title of his career. 2013 was a huge day here. Tony Carstidge, the legendary coach, his final game. Spencer Allcamp and Quay Jefferson would not let him be disappointed. Austin Barber from Allcamp, and Spencer would have a legendary day. Allcamp again to Quay. St. Joe's went into celebration mode early in this one. They led by like 40 at the half, and they just rolled Pope John 62-14. And the legendary coach, Tony Carstidge, career would come to an end. What a day it was here.
And this is Stewart up across the 35. And Stewart on the carriers. Coach Carstidge, 4th all-time on the New Jersey wins list at 338.
And nothing made him happy. You see Joe Stern standing behind him. Happy birthday, Joe. Joe is 13 today, Rob Stern's son. And Joe has already taken official visits to Bergen, Bosco, and Paramus Catholic. We're hoping to lock him up in a couple years. But nothing made Tony happier to hand over the reins to one of his Ring of Honor players in Augie Hoffman, number 78. I mean, that is the kind of consistency that you want. You see Patty now, he looks over at the side judge as he starts counting down the final 10 seconds of the play clock to use as much time as he can.
Now you're down to 2 minutes and 12 seconds left here in this 4th quarter. St. Joe's winners of 17, that's right, 17 state championships, looking for number 18, and as Jimmy mentioned, their first since 2013.
And Augie played on the legendary 1997 state championship team. He came back as a senior in 1998 right here. He lost to arguably one of New Jersey's greatest teams, that 1998 team for Fred Stengel and the Crusaders. What great days for Carstidge and Stengel. I mean, Fred Stengel coached at Bergen Catholic for 22 years. He won 9 titles. At one point, Coach Stengel won 9 titles in 14 years. Don Smolin there, number 8 for the all-time list. The active winningest coach at Lenape Valley. He falls short in the state finals to Madison, but you see Coach K there at 338. Boy, this is like a who's who. The late, great Vic Paternostro of Pope John. And Coach Carstidge, still the athletic director at St. Joe's. Hey, listen, a couple times a year, maybe the cross-country bus doesn't get there, and we got to figure it out. But, no, I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. He does a great job, and it's just so great that he's still there and, you know, overlooking the program.
They're both out. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Nothing makes the St. Joe's coaching staff happier on game day when they're running off at the half and something hasn't gone well, and there's Coach Carstidge as they're running off. He'd be like, hey, 1 second, boys, let's just talk about that for a second. He gives it to him a little bit, and then he pats him on the butt and goes, but a great job, great job. I love it.
3rd down and 11 after the 5-yard penalty. False start against the Green Knights. 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the fourth, and the handoff is to Asus, breaking tackles and weaving his way across the 40-yard line.
And Lou, this is why St. Joe's has had such a successful season, because when they've had to run the football, they have run the football. And they're running it out here. Remember, think about what Paramus Catholic has done this year. Paramus Catholic ran for 350 yards, not once, but twice against Don Bosco. They ran for 360 in the state final on Friday night against St. Peter's. Well, St. Joe's and Augie Hoffman shut out Paramus Catholic in the second half of that victory. They won the second half 17-0. The game was never in doubt in the final moments because St. Joe's grounded and pounded. They did the same thing to St. Peter's. Just move the chains with their running game. Never let St. Peter's get their playmakers in motion.
Jimmy, 4th down and 1 coming here for St. Joe's. DePaul has no timeouts remaining. And with no timeouts remaining, St. Joe's 4th and 1. You go for it here, Augie Hoffman. You can end the game. You get the first down, game's over.
Well, listen, it is a risk. But remember, St. Joe's only ran the ball for 55 yards in the first half. They've doubled it in the second half and run it for 116. You're right, Lou. It does end the game, but there is some risk. But guess what? No sign of Evan Stewart. The offense is on the field. And the old offensive tackle, the Hall of Famer, is going for it.
Asus gets the carry, and he burrows his way ahead. First down, St. Joe's.
They're a reflection of number 78. And if you took a poll from the offensive lineman, should we go for it? Well, the offensive lineman who coaches the team said, let's go for it. That's what they want to do. When you're an offensive lineman, you always want to go for it, Lou, when it comes down to 4th and 1. And again, hat-on-hat football, guys out in space. You saw right there, Robbie Martin in motion. That's what a great offensive line does. They got feet. They get in motion. Martin, the 3-year starter, heading off to Penn State. Did you see 71 come down the line with the clear out?
So St. Joe's about to win their 6th championship in the last 11 years. And Asus just finishing things off here as he spins and twists his way across the 45-yard line.
It's just great to see cats like 71 right here, Robbie Martin, playing in his final game as a Green Knight, the 3-year starter. He's going to go to Happy Valley and play for Penn State. And this is, listen, great career. You can't start for 3 years on the offensive line for St. Joe's, for Augie Hoffman, unless you deliver the goods. And he has. Nicky Russo right next to him, 78. Look at 74, Sean Mitch. Russo, the throwback guy. He's a baby Augie. He wears 78 for that. 400-pound bench on Nicky Russo. Sean Mitchell, the 3-year starter. Hey, Sean Mitchell, 3-year starter. His career is coming to an end. Started every game at center. Intelligent, smart guy. Plays hurt. Protects the quarterback. Everything you want. We mentioned Botto. Botto waited his turn to become a senior and get the starting job. And then the big star, Josh Fed Jackson, the road grader, gets his hands on you, turn out the lights.
So we're less than a minute remaining now. And remember, DePaul cannot stop the clock. They have no more timeouts remaining.
Hey, they're going to celebrate over there, and they should. Coach Stern raises his hands. Augie Hoffman gets the bucket, baby. 78. He's got himself a title as a head coach. Hey, Louie, congratulations, though, to DePaul. Guess what? DePaul didn't come in here just to show up. DePaul came in here to have a street fight, and they put everybody on notice with these young guns. Only a couple seniors on the field. If you're putting DePaul at 5 or 6 in the pecking order this year, you better put them at 2 or 3 or 4 starting next year. They got some ballers.
And the clock ticks down. St. Joseph wins the non-public Group 3 state championship here in this 2016 season. The Green Knights finish at 9-2. And DePaul finishes 6-6 on the year, but St. Joe's prevails 26-17.
What a game for Nick Patty. Are you kidding me? I mean, let's face it, 4 touchdown passes. One was more beautiful than the other. I'm telling you right now, Lou, we've been coming to Giant Stadium for a long time. It's now MetLife Stadium, seeing the high school championships. I don't think I've ever seen a guy throw 4 beauties like Nick Patty threw tonight. I mean, sometimes you just lay it off there and a guy runs it in. He threw some absolute virtuoso passes tonight at MetLife. Wonderful job by Nick Patty, and a night the junior will never forget.
Tremendous performance by him, not only through the air, but on the ground. He was the leading rusher for the Green Knights, and he just did a tremendous job.
78 yards rushing for Nick Patty, over 200 throwing. You know, his running stabilized the game when St. Joe's was looking for some stability. But I'm happy for him because listen, I got to tell you, I got to be honest with you, it's not easy to play for Stern and Hoffman, okay? Those guys are tough on their quarterbacks. They're tough on their players. He's battled through, some of the valleys. And this year, Lou, has been a lot of peaks for Nick Patty, man. He has been impressive. Look at Dorn.
Yeah, the Green Knights celebrating with their classmates on the far side of the field. You see Mark Doran, the outstanding senior defender. What a year he had for this St. Joe's defense. And St. Joe's winning it 26-17, as we said. You take a look at their remarkable record. 6 titles in the last 11 years. Their 18th state championship in program history.
Lou, St. Joe's had to win the 4th quarter. Remember, it was 19-17 into the 4th quarter. The defense would give the ball over to Nick Patty. Patty would deliver his 4th touchdown pass. And guess who's our player of the game with Amanda?
Well, Jimmy, of course, it's no one else but Nick Patty. Now, Nick, you guys were here last year. You fell just short. You are now champions at MetLife. How does it feel?
It feels great, to get the seniors a ring. I mean, last year we fell up short, and they don't have a ring yet as a class. They were freshmen the last time that St. Joe's won a ring. So they're a great group of guys, and I'm just happy that I could contribute and get them a ring.
Now, you guys had trouble getting your run game going, but offensively, I mean, all of your touchdown passes, one was better than the next. So how were you guys able to be so efficient in the air?
I mean, we've had a great run game all season, so they're obviously going to try and pack the box and limit the run, and that just opens up opportunities for me to make plays. And because I got some great wide receivers, and they'll go up and get the ball, and it was just a great all-around team win.
4th and 1 there at the very end. What was going through your mind when Coach Hoffman said you guys were going for it?
We were just like, give Lou the ball. I mean, he's our captain. He's let us lose some tough games, and we all lean on him because he's just an all-around great player. So we knew that we could put the ball in Lou's hands, and then he would have got the first down, we would have got the win.
Now, you talk about Asus, and I mean, he's been so positive for you guys all season long. What do you think this win means for him?
It's huge for him. I mean, definitely to come in. He transferred in, and he played very well as a sophomore, but once again fell up short. Then his junior year was his big year. He got a lot of offers that year, and he once again fell up short. So to get a ring for him, that's the biggest candidate that I wanted to get a ring for, because with him being next to me in the backfield, I lean on him a lot, and I look to him a lot as a great leader. So it's just awesome to be able to get back to him.
Well, Nick, congratulations, and we'll see you next season.
Thank you.
Well, Jimmy, I don't know who's your favorite Green Knight, him or Augie, or yourself.
Oh, man, listen, you know what? I'm happy for Patty, and it's what the position is about. He starts the night by throwing a really bad pick 6. His team trails 7-0, and you could see he wasn't rattled. He just kept coming, and he really, really threw some beauties tonight for 209 yards of passing, 4 touchdowns. You see the final yards. Hey, St. Joe's 55 yards rushing at the half. They did a lot better in the second half. There were some turnovers early in this game. Both teams settled down. Hey, the 3 sacks, they got to the quarterback late. Give DePaul a lot of credit, man. They made St. Joe's worry. They made them work. They made them earn it. But in the end, Lou, St. Joe's is the Group 3 champ.
So the Green Knights with a huge second half. St. Joseph's defeats DePaul 26-17 for the Green Knights. It is their 18th state championship in program history. As we said, their 6th in the last 11 years, their first title since 2013. Big day for that young man, Nick Cantone, and of course Nick Patty was tremendous all game long, running and throwing the football for the Green Knights. St. Joe's claims the non-public Group 3 championship. For Jimmy Cavallo, Amanda Puglisi, and our entire News 12 varsity team, I'm Lou Brogno. Thanks for joining us from MetLife Stadium. St. Joseph defeats DePaul 26-17. The Green Knights are 2016 non-public Group 3 New Jersey state champs.